Well, I'm standing here in Mineral Ridge near our headquarters building with Chief Tom Lambert, Chief of Lane Life Trans EMS. And what I wanted to do was go through a little bit of a history lesson. It's amazing, as old as I am, what I've seen happen in EMS. And some of the equipment that these guys and girls now use is beyond anything I certainly ever had. And once again, showing my age. So I asked Tom, I said, can we get together a bunch of stuff from sort of the history archives and explain how we've come so far forward from those times back in the 70s and early and late 80s to where we are now. And I thought we're going to talk about a couple things today, but first off, we're going to talk about what they call stair chairs that are used to get people in and out of buildings and down different levels in say an apartment complex or a home where you can't get caught up and around a corner in on the steps evidently, or obviously, not evidently, obviously you can't. So we have to go to some sort of a special tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Tom basically explain how they used to work and then how they work now. And we may even give you a little bit of an example.
These are stair chairs. As Mr. Lane said, these are used to go into homes or businesses where a person can't walk out to the ambulance, but we can't get a cot to them. They've been around forever, but the technology changes often. As society has gotten bigger, the weight capacity of stair chairs had to get bigger also. This chair here is from the early 90s. It's a stair chair, nothing fancy, just a few folding handles, aluminum frame, vinyl seating. 2 people would use this to carry somebody either up or down a set of steps to take them to the cot and then take them off the stair chair, put them on the cot, then load the cot to the ambulance. This will hold about 300 pounds. This chair here came shortly thereafter, but it never gave us a true rating of what it can hold in a patient. And we found out that the patients didn't feel safe. It came a little bit fancier with pull-out handles, so we can go down the steps walking facing out so we can see the steps, but yet it just didn't have the integrity to take the patient safely to the cot, in our opinion. Stryker came out with this one in the 90s. It holds 400 pounds. It is a lot stronger, heavier stair chair than what we were using in the past. It has the extendable handles as well. Foot straps are only coming down the steps. The patient isn't able to put their feet on the medic and push them down the steps. It's a lot more ergonomically correct and safer until this came out in the 2000s, later 2000s. This stair chair here has 4 wheels, like the old ones only had 2, but it has a tracking system that drops down. When we go up or down steps, these tracks take all the weight. All our medics have to do is guide and steer that weight. This will hold 500 pounds comfortably, and 2 small figured medics can handle this with no problem with the tracking system on the back. It also has the pull-off handles, once again, for the safety feature of the medic facing outward so they can see the steps as they're going down. Before, you couldn't do that. You had to face the patients and kind of blindly walk. But this is what we're using now on just about all of our trucks, and we've had great feedback from our employees. We haven't had any carrying injuries with the stair chair. No carrying injuries with the stair chairs at all, and they get used daily. You just want to go straight into the cots?
No, I think I want to go take this over and have you take me down the step over there.
God, you got more faith in me than I do.
Come on, Judy, you guys can carry me. Take me down the steps. They didn't know I was going to have them do this.
Okay, first what we're going to do is we're going to have Mr. Lane sit in this chair, and we're going to put some seat belts on him. Seat belts are just for safety reasons, and so we do not get a ticket. Let's see, going to click her ticket here. Judy's going to do the front straps. I'm going to lower the shoulder straps to her. We will maintain Mr. Lane's weight the entire time going down the steps.
Is it going? There it goes.
There you go. Now we just
Very,
tighten
very
it
similar to my race car.
Except no helmet.
No helmet and no horsepower. People power.
Okay, Judy's going to lift. I'm going to tilt. And we're going to push him to the steps and let the tracks do all the work. Right now there's no weight whatsoever. There's one hand.
And if you can see, all the weight is on the tracking system.
Then we can stand him up and roll him
Whichever direction.
to his next stop, which is going to be our most current ambulance cot. And then we'll go backwards there with the technology. This cot here is a new feature for us. We just put them in the trucks this year. This cot is a one-man loader, one person. I'm just gonna bring it out. And this is to reduce back injuries and worker fatigue in the field.
It's holding its own weight completely, 100%.
This cot will hold up to 750 pounds.
Safety feature, button to release.
Now she's going to lower it. So if you don't mind having a seat, please take your insurance card out.
That should have shoulder straps.
Yeah, I'm going to spare him shoulder straps.
Okay.
Our goal is to get him into the ambulance safely. No lifting by any of our medics. Now he's fully extended here. No lifting on our part.
Station 40 squad call.
Exit to your left.
There we go.
Now this came after what we started with in the 80s, which is a lot. It's antiquated. It's an aluminum frame cot. It takes two people to lift. It'll hold 350 to 400 pounds, but it just doesn't have the integrity of the new cots. With the way the aluminum frame is, the tubing is not as heavy. It's not structured as well as what some of the newer cots are. We do not have any of these in use anymore. This was brought out of the archives just for demonstration purposes only. We went into this PowerFlex cot.
I started with these a couple versions before this, I think,
Yes.
actually. So
They used to be two-man cots where you had to lower it on the side, and then both guys had to pick it up and roll it into the ambulance. Generated a lot of back injuries and patient injuries. If somebody gets hurt, the patient could fall and get hurt. Then I went to this cot, which is a Furno. The weight limit went up on how much weight we can. I think this cot was 700 pounds. And it holds the 700 pounds well, but you still have two people trying to deadlift 700 pounds from their knees to their chest to load it into an ambulance. You're just asking for injury or somebody to get hurt, whether it be a patient or employee. This here came out about the same time as this one. It's just a different manufacturer. This holds 600 pounds. It's got stronger integrity also. Just a couple of different functions there with the hand releases and stuff. Same idea as this one, but it only holds 600 pounds. Now this one here is what we call a bariatric cot. In the down position, if we're pushing somebody down low, it'll hold a 1,600 pound patient. In the upward position, we can transport a 850 pound patient. But the problem is, once you get an 850 pound patient on there, how do you lift that? Two people can't lift it. The spread is too long for their arms. So you usually have to call for more help, anywhere from 2 more people to 4 more people, making it a 6-person lift. But you also have the challenge of getting the person out of the house and to the cot. This cot gets used anywhere between 4 and 5 times a week. It has helped us a lot with the patient comfort, with the bariatric patients, the narrow cots. The rails ride on them in a bad place, causing them to get pressure sores with different things. So with this, we're able to give them a better ride, a safer ride, and get them to where they need to be more comfortable. But that system there is an awesome system. We're glad we have it part of our fleet. We have it in a couple of our trucks. I look forward to seeing what's next with the technology here and trying something new.
Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate
Mr.
it.
Lane.
Thank you.
Have a neat ride, call me.
There you go. Little trip down the EMS history lane.